All right, Ben Parker of CardinalSportsReport.com here with Stanford defensive line coach Ross Kolodziej. So first of all, just talk about how would you evaluate what your unit did up in Boulder?
Obviously excited for the guys and what they're able to go up there and do in terms of just the historical context of coming back in those type of conditions. Just really love the group's resolve, right? Just unwavering in their belief and commitment to finish the game and finish it strong. So hats off to our guys, but obviously, that's a couple days in the rear view already. So we still have 6 opportunities, and again, UCLA is going to bring it on Saturday, so that's what our main focus is on right now.
Was there anything you guys kind of changed defensively as a unit in the second half against Colorado, or not necessarily?
The plan is sound, right? It comes back to execution and guys turning it up, and there was a pretty spirited group of guys that spoke up in the locker room, and that's what it really comes down to: executing, right? Guys believing in each other and really just doing your job. And that's really what you saw more than anything in the second half is 11 guys playing together as one. And that's something we've, I think, done at times really well and at other times not so well. And, when we play together as a group, I think it's a group that's really tough to beat.
Looking ahead to UCLA, just kind of what are the challenges you see that they pose from a defensive line standpoint?
Yeah, they're incredibly well coached, right? It's a very talented group. Up front, all the skill positions, they're averaging, almost 220 yards rushing the ball, over 250 passing the ball, right? So, you're talking about an offense that's averaging close to 460 yards per game. And so they do a great job scheming it up. They always have a couple wrinkles every week, whether that be in new personnel groups, formations, specific plays. So we're going to have an incredible challenge for us come Saturday night.
Just kind of talk about a couple guys I want you to kind of touch on. Just talk about, first about Anthony Franklin, what you feel like he's bringing to the unit and what you've kind of seen from him.
Yeah, Frank does a great job being consistent every day. Greatness is just being consistently good every single day. And so he really, embodies that standard in terms of his approach in practice and on game days. He's a guy that we can count on every play to go out there and execute at a high level. And so, I think he's just scratching the surface in terms of what he can bring to the group and what he can accomplish on the field.
And then same thing just on Jackson Moy, what you've kind of seen from him and what he's bringing.
Yeah, Jackson has tremendous potential, tremendous upside. It's really it's consistency, right? Again, it always comes down to being able to continue to repeat it over and over, right? Greatness is not magic, right? It's not this super high swing, but then a massive drop off, right? It's really just a consistent, high level, day in and day out. And so, whether that's Jax or the group as a whole, right, we just have to continue to work to strive and improve on our consistency.
One more guy I'll ask about as well, just Tobin Phillips, same drill, what you've kind of seen from him.
Yeah, Tobin's just Mr. Steady in the middle. Obviously, he got nicked up a little bit there down the stretch, and so, he's kind of the veteran voice in the room. Obviously, we have incredibly smart guys that really know the scheme inside and out, and he's certainly kind of the wise sage of the room, if you will.
And just kind of from kind of midway point of the season, just kind of what areas do you feel your group has most kind of progressed in as the season has gone on, and what areas would you want to see them, what areas maybe need more work at this point?
Yeah, I think all areas continue to need improvement, right? I think guys are playing hard, number one. I think guys care about each other, care about this program. That gives us a chance, right? That was what makes it exciting to come in every day and work with a group that's continued to stay hungry. True characters, who you are regardless of situation and circumstance. And so this group just continuing to push through adversity. But then obviously where we have to improve on, technical aspects, whether that be shock, shed, working edges and pass rush, converting in our pass rush moves, run action pass, and really recognizing high hat. Those are all areas that we really need to continue to grow and improve upon.
Seems like tackling has been a strength of the defense across the board, at least according to PFF grade. I'm not sure how much you guys look at those, but just
don't.
But how much of an emphasis has there been on that? And
yeah,
and have you seen an improvement in that and strength in that regard?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we have an incredible group of coaches on this staff, and I really hats off to Coach Gregory. And we have a fundamental circuit every day in practice, and tackling is a major component of that. And again, you get what you emphasize, and fundamentals, right? Those are always, those are never going to change regardless of scheme or personnel group or however you want to look at it. The fundamentals of the game, blocking and tackling, will always remain the same. And so that's a big circuit, and hats off to Coach Abel and Coach Gregory for employing that circuit. And again, we hit that every day. We're in pads, we're tackling.
What is the difference between, as a defensive line, kind of going after how do you balance pass rush and also run defense against a running back? How do you kind of make sure that you're making the right reads on that, or is it just getting through the gap and seeing what happens? Just kind of talk about how you kind of make sure you're approaching both those things right and not getting fooled one way or the other, if that question makes any sense.
No, it does. I mean, that's where as coaches we put a tremendous amount of time in trying to lead them to water with the call, right? The call and the personnel group and the down and distance, all those things should give them, we try to reduce the math, right? And try to get it cornered down to saying, hey, we're really thinking run with this call, right? This might be a 50-50 call. Or this call is clearly we're thinking pass and we got to get after it. I think this group, they're incredibly intelligent guys. Sometimes they just need to really stop overanalyzing and trust the call and go execute and just attack it, right? As much as you can simplify it down to trusting my key, I think that's a very large component to, again, reacting, responding, but also being attacking and pressing on the offense versus just sitting back and trying to calculate what should I do next, right? The ball's out in under 3 seconds. And then the second thing I'd add is this conference is incredible in terms of the quarterbacks that we continue to face week in and week out. These are the best quarterbacks right now in America. And so that always presents a challenge, in your rush lane integrity when you're going against the best of the best right now. So, it's going to be something we're going to have to work on week in and week out.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Ross, and good luck this weekend against the Bruins.
Great. Thank you very much.